So,
Sir, can you take us through the charges?
they've altered some of the charges were given to us this morning, and that was the reason why we could not proceed to hearing, because the charges are basically new. So whatever it is that we see, we are going to study them. Whatever it is we see, we'll probably do our analysis and let the world know what we think about it, and let the court know what we think. There's nothing we can do right now about it. They are brand new. They were given to us while we were in court. Okay.
Maybe planned quarantine will join the charge next. Think about that for a second. That is not a comedian at the night of 1,000 laughs. That is a senior advocate of Nigeria mocking our legal system in open courts. While you are there struggling with the price of fuel, the ICPC is dropping charges like Afrobeat singles. One today, another one tomorrow, and a fresh remix by Monday. They call it face charging. I call it political Netflix subscription. And the only thing being streamed is a slow erasing of the opposition. Make no mistake, Nasir El-Rufai is currently trapped in what can only be described as a legal theater of operations. We are talking about the former governor, a man deeply connected to the political system, now sitting in the court, facing 9 amendment charges while still in the dock. But let's be clear, this is not really about 11 billion light rail funds or $1 million World Bank loan. The real stake here is 2027, because when you can't win the argument on the streets, you take it to the High Court registry. Look, if you want a sugar-coated version of this El-Rufai story, go watch the evening news. But if you want a raw truth, the kind of analysis that connect with what happens in a courtroom to what you feel in your pocket, then you are in the right place. Hit the like button, subscribe to this channel, turn on notification, and welcome to the watchful community. Now let's break this down. When a senior advocate of Nigeria starts sounding like a courtroom comedian, you know the system is finished. If he claims planned quarantine will join the charges next, then we have officially traded our constitution for pure joke. When charges keep changing every 24 hours, it raises a serious question. Is the system chasing justice or buying time? This begins to look less like persecution and more like administrative detention through legal means. Keep him busy, keep him tied down, while major political moves like alliance and conventions are happening elsewhere. The second moment of this El-Rufai court saga, the face charging strategy. The ICPC is dropping charges in phases. When you see the ICPC dropping charges in phases like a TV series, you realize this is no longer a trial. It's a subscription plan where justice is safe in monthly installment. Instead of filing everything at once, charges comes in installment. Today 5 counts, next week another 5 counts. Each one trigger new bail processes, new delays, and new court appearance. In Nigeria, sometimes the process becomes the punishment. You don't need a conviction, just keep the person unavailable. The third moment is the 200 million bail conditions. Provide a grade 15 civil servant and a traditional ruler who want to take that risk in today's Nigeria. When the system demands that you provide a grade level 15 civil servants and a traditional ruler as guarantor for your freedom, you have to ask yourself, who want to take that risk in today's Nigeria? Where today's big man is tomorrow's political hostage. These aren't just conditions, they are barriers. Finding someone willing to stand shorty under political pressure is not easy. Freedom becomes complicated and delay becomes invisible. Moment 4 is the adjournment. The ruling was stalled because the judge is bereaved. Why we sympathize with the judge lost? Because we are Nigerians and we value the sanctity of life. We cannot ignore that in this high-stake political season, every stall ruling raises serious questions about whether the timing is an act of God or just another strategic move in a very long game. Every delay, intentional or not, adds to the bigger picture. Time is a powerful political tool, and in this case, time may not be neutral. Thinking critically on this case, let's be honest here. On one side, Nasir El-Rufai is not a saint. He governed with a strong hand, made controversial decisions, and has his own political history. If there is corruption, he should answer for it. But on the other side, why now? Why this pattern? Why the timing with emerging political alliances? These are valid questions. Are we fighting corruption or are we fighting 2027? Because if the legal system becomes a political tool today, tomorrow it can be used on anyone. So what this means for Nigerians? This is bigger than one man. This is about pattern. If this pattern continues, opposition figures can be tied down indefinitely. Political participation becomes restricted. Voters' choice becomes limited. And when that happens, elections stop being competitive. Democracy becomes control. For public debate and opposing views, the government will say the law is taking its course. No one is above the law, and that is fair. But here is the concern. Why does accountability often follow political timing? Why do similar cases move differently? Consistency is what builds trust. Without it, doubt grows. My personal opinion, here is the balance. If he is guilty, let the law take its full course. But the process must be transparent, fair, and consistent. Justice should not feel like a strategy, because when it does, trust in institutions begin to fade away. Before I end this video, let's get this straight. Face charging may sound technical, but its impact is very real. It shapes who can participate, who get delayed, and who stays in the race. So let me ask you, is this a genuine legal process or political timing? Should courts allow constantly changing charges? And what does this mean for 2027? Drop your thought in the comments. Share this with someone who needs to see it. Subscribe and stay informed, because in the end, a system people don't trust cannot sustain democracy. Stay alert. Peace. We'll see you on the next one.